Welcome to the Lawless Astrology channel. Today we're going to be talking about the full moon on June 21st, 2024, and we're going to be looking at a ritual that we can all do to sort of ground us in gratitude and kind of breathe into the release of the full moon energy and kind of approach it from the most healthy way we possibly can. So if that's something that's interesting to you, please stick around. I'm going to explain a little bit about why it's called the strawberry moon, if that's why you clicked on the thumbnail. This is the Lawless Astrology channel, and I am Dabney Lawless. I am an evolutionary astrologer. I studied with the renowned Stephen Forrest for over 20 years, and on this channel what we do is we look at how we can co-create with the cosmos and sort of bring a little bit of the planetary energy down to earth and have a little bit more peace of mind in our lives, make our lives a little bit easier, just give us some guidance, and whether it's tough relationship decisions or, career path, we're all going through something. When I was sort of meditating on this, what really came to me is a release of control. So what's important to understand for this particular full moon is this is a part 1 of 2. So in another month, on July 21st, which happens to be my birthday, we will be getting part 2. We will also get another Capricorn full moon. So I think what is coming to me is that we've all felt very uptight and under a lot of pressure for a lot of different reasons, whether it's financial pressure, pressure from families, pressure around, the election that's coming up in a few months. There's all different kinds of pressures that are pushing in on us and we feel like things feel really out of control. I think for a lot of people, things are not like they used to be, and that's for a lot of different reasons in different videos. But I do believe that we all are feeling this uptight energy where we want to control things. We want to have a sense of safety and control. So when you have a Capricorn full moon, that means that the sun is in Cancer, the opposition. So Cancer is all about home and family, and so this is a lot about the balance between home and family and your societal responsibility and your career and your job and just responsibility versus love and hugs and curling up with a glass of hot cocoa by the fire, even though it's summer. You're probably not going to do that. Anyway, the things that come to me when I'm talking into a camera about myself. Anyway, this is what I loved about the imagery of the strawberry full moon. It was called the strawberry full moon because in June is when the Native Americans would harvest strawberries. So that's where the origin. And so the Farmer's Almanac has all these names for the different full and new moons and things like this. And this is the strawberry moon, the strawberry full moon. And it makes sense, right? I mean, those of us with a garden and have strawberries, they're starting to come in, and it's really an exciting, juicy time. It doesn't necessarily feel juicy under this full moon because it is a little bit of a, I want to say it's kind of a subdued full moon, and I think that has to do with the fact that it's part 1 of 2. So here we are with this kind of duality of where do we put our attention? Do we put our attention on our emotions and taking care of our more sensitive selves and our family and the people that we love and our tribe, or do we put energy into being successful, making money, doing the right thing, making a difference in the world? And am I supposed to be calling my Congress people right now? We all need to sort of have this sense of releasing control. And so I think that part 1 here is, the beginnings of that. So how are we going to ritualize this in a way that kind of says, all right, I am grateful for what I have in my life? To me, as this is a Capricorn full moon, and it is the beginning of the harvest with strawberries, right? So what I would love you to do is to this is less about being in your head and more about being in your heart and in your body, okay? So I would like you to make a nice meal, something with fresh ingredients. Make yourself a nice, strawberry shortcake. It doesn't have to be strawberries, but whatever it is, really on this full moon, make a meal that incorporates things that come from the earth. Okay. And so in that making of the meal, put on some music that sort of is nostalgic for you and that touches your heart. Okay. So what you want to do is kind of find this balance where you're nourishing your family. You are making a delicious meal. You're listening to music that touches your heart, but you're also providing and you are remembering and you're tapping into what it means to be a human on this planet, and you are providing for others. Right? So you can have friends over, you can just make a meal for yourself. It doesn't matter. It's about the ritualization of, chopping vegetables. It is about the ritualization of kind of preparing, a meal that is meant to nourish and let go of perfection, let go of expectations. You have no expectations during this prep time other than to get into your body and into your heart, and let any sort of emotions that come up. And remember to have gratitude during this entire process. Have gratitude for the food that you are cooking. Have gratitude for where you are in your life, because we all have things that we can be grateful for. And I think that's incredibly important during a full moon, because if you're not tapping into your gratitude, as you are releasing things that no longer serve you, that's when the heightened emotions come. And we're not always conscious of what we're releasing or what no longer serves us. And so it may not become fully apparent to you for some time. But during this time, you can give your energy to this kind of Cancer Capricorn dance, and just remember that you are providing and honoring this earth, because it is an earth sign. And I want you just to honor yourself. I want you to honor your society, like the things that you can be grateful for. I know, especially right now in our country, there's a lot of division and there's a lot of people thinking that, it's only going to get worse. And the truth of the matter is we are probably in for a bumpy several months. Things are not going to be easy. I think that things are not even going to be fully clear until next spring. But I do think we are wrapping up, and this is about being as conscious as possible during this time to, Rick Levine is an astrologer that I know a lot of you probably watch on YouTube. He says, think cosmically, act locally. And I think that's what this is about, is like, don't take on the responsibilities of the world right now, but do be responsible for yourself. Be conscious in what you do. And if just preparing a meal consciously and being thankful as you do it is the way in which you are able to be as filled with gratitude as possible, and to release things in a healthy way so you don't end up in a jail or a, hospital, then that's what you need to do. So that's the simple, prepare some food for yourself. So, and I'm not talking about just crackers. If you're going to have crackers, then cut up some really nice cheese too. Make a little cheese plate, have those strawberries, some grapes, have some walnuts and some pecans and maybe a little honey. It's going to be good. Little gherkin pickles. So that is the full moon ceremony this month. I'm going to talk very briefly. If you want to say some gratitudes and kind of as you're cooking, kind of reflect on an area that is favored for you to reflect on right now during this full moon. I'm going to go through the sun and rising for each sign, just so you have that in your mind. So if you don't know where your this full moon is taking place for you, where the moon is going to be, or where the sun's going to be, look at your chart. Look at where the full moon is. But that will help you. But if you look at the sun, moon, rising, some of this energy, it'll just give you ideas. So I'm going to be really quick about each of the signs, but it'll give you a little something to reflect on as you're doing your full moon ceremony. So Aries is in the 10th house. So your career, your place in the world, what are some things that you can reflect on about how grateful you are that you have a paycheck, or how grateful you are that you have, been a nurse for over a decade and you make a difference in people's lives. Find something that you can be grateful for in the realm of your career. Taurus, be grateful for your belief system. Reflect on what it is you do believe. What makes you feel optimistic? What gives you hope? Where have you been in this world? Where are your travels taken you? Those are all things that you can reflect on and be grateful for right now. And like I said, even during the darkest times, we can always find something to be grateful for. But it sometimes we have to dig deep, And I'm not saying it's easy, but it's there if you dig deep. So, Gemini in the 8th house. Gemini, we're looking at resources, intimacy, death. There's gratitude for people who've passed, gratitude for people that are going through that transition right now, gratitude for your psychic abilities, gratitude for your trust in the magic in the world. Those are all things that you can reflect on. Cancer, you are in the 7th house, so gratitude for your relationships, gratitude for your partnerships, your closest friends. So that's the stuff that, that's always easy. Just, people you love. That's all it is. Like, have gratitude for those people you love. All right, with Leo, you're in the 6th house, your health. Simple as that. And if you're not feeling healthy, this is an opportunity for you to release control and maybe do some meditation and some work around, around the pain and sadness around not being healthy, and kind of be grateful that you still are around and kicking, and that there's another day and there are medicines out there. So again, just sometimes we have to dig deeper sometimes in our lives than others. So for most of us, hopefully we can be grateful for our health, or be grateful that we lost 15 pounds, or be grateful that, our surgery was successful, or that of a loved one's surgery was successful. So things around health, day-to-day chores, those are 6th house things. Virgo, we are looking at the 5th house. So 5th house is children. That's an easy one if you have kids, to be grateful for your children. And if you don't have kids and you like kids, or you have a niece or a nephew, be grateful for them. Be grateful for any creative project you've put out into the world. Be grateful for creative projects. Be grateful for Georgia O'Keeffe. Be grateful for Frida Kahlo. Just be grateful for the beauty in the world. Be grateful for a delicious, wonderfully prepared, indulgent dessert. Be grateful for things that bring us joy and bring us, be grateful for a first date. Be grateful for the butterflies in your stomach. Okay, a love affair. Be grateful for a love affair. Okay. Libra in the 4th house is family, your tribe. So it doesn't have to be the family you came from, because we didn't all come from great families. It could be the family you created. It can be the family that you have created with a bunch of your girlfriends. So, it's the people that you call family. Those are the people you're grateful for. And that could be an online community, right? If those are your family, that's your family. So, all right, where are we at? Scorpio in the 3rd house, communication. So Scorpio, you know how to communicate in a so fantastic way. You can go deep with people. Be grateful for that. Be grateful that you have been present in people's lives when they've needed you most. Because I know for a fact, if you're Scorpio or Scorpio rising, you have sat with some difficult stuff. Be grateful for your intuition. Be grateful for the messages that you get, because that's there and it's available to you. So Sagittarius in the 2nd house, be grateful for your pets. Be grateful for nature. Be grateful for Nordstrom's. I'm thinking of 2nd house things, which would be like nature and money and shopping, resources, things you value. Okay, so whatever it is that gets you jazzed, but be grateful for it, and really what you value. So like if you value that amazing gift that someone gave you, like your engagement ring, there you go. Value that. If you value the trees on the hike that you take every day, there you go. There's something to be grateful for. Capricorn is in the 1st house. This means that you should be grateful for yourself. Find things that you love about yourself and reflect on them. That's what you're supposed to do during this full moon. Release control. You don't have to be perfect. That's what this is all about. Don't be perfect. Just be real and be grateful for yourself. Be grateful for the things you like about yourself. And think about it while you're chopping vegetables or fruit or buttering some bread. Garlic bread's really good. Aquarius, 12th house, spirituality, things that are hidden, things that you can't see but you can feel. That's what you're grateful for. So, Pisces, you're going up and you're going to be grateful for your friends. You're going to be very grateful for your community. You're going to be grateful for the people that have similar interests to you. So those are some suggestions of things. Those are not the things you have to be grateful for, but they're suggestions. And, you can kind of work with that planetary energy. So anyway, I hope that this is something that you do and you take seriously, because I think that the more we have gratitude during a new moon time, the less we have stress and sadness. Gratitude pulls us out of depression, and full moons can make people kind of feel depressed sometimes because it's about loss and it's about, graduating to the next thing, releasing things that no longer serve us, which is not always easy to do. So, as always, there is a reason and a season for it all, and the universe is conspiring to help us. I really firmly believe that, and I believe that if you enjoyed this content, I hope you like and subscribe and share and comment, and I hope you keep tuning in, because what I'm trying to do here is just put something positive out into the world. So I would love any kind of feedback that you have, and I hope you do these ceremonial activities with me, because I think in the next year or two, all of this is gonna mean something. So have a good week.